Alex Boache, solid partnership. They'll be rated as one of the best in the Premier League after 14 games.
Clearly so. They've done quite an enviable job. Many clubs will be wanting a central defensive pair to be as resolute and combative as that.
Maxwell Arthur comes in to replace Bright Ajay. Bright hasn't really lived up to it, but in this second half, his experience has really been impactful in the Eduana play. Not too sure what Cherba Stika intends to do, but he brings in a defensive midfielder for an attacker.
It looks more like he wants to solidify his midfield. There will be more advancement for Sana, and then keep Meshake free to cause more trouble with a high press.
So a free slots in to be the lone man. Sana moves a step further, and Mensah will provide the shield alongside Raymond Arjiman. Adam Abubakar's clearance. Returned by Fauzi Ali. Powerful one in by Anoche Baidu. Freeman. Poor touch from Kwanzaa, but it's lucky Danso is able to keep the ball in for Lions.
It's quite surprising Chelsea Freeman hasn't come very good with the aerial duels, but they keep hitting the ball to him. You see the frustration from Kwanzaa getting to him. He just went onto the back of his marker. It was quite a bit needless from him in that area of the pitch.
Yellow card to Boama Kwanzaa, Samuel Kwanzaa, for that foul. Hearts of Lions will shuffle their cards. Seed of Asante steps in for Hearts of Lions. Free kick for Hearts of Lions. Asante in for Epson. Chauncey Freeman out for Sharif Alabani. Like for like changes. Here is Henson Amponsa. It's a beautiful stop by Enim.
And Eduana seems to be doing most of the things they failed to do in the first half. They are tackling, they are putting pressure on Heart of Lions, forcing them to either hit the ball high up and making lots of mistakes.
Alex Boache tries to find Sana. The goal scorer was trying to initiate the move from the middle. It's a foul against the goal scorer, Patrick Mensah, on Ishmael Ado. Here is Alabani. Ateje. Ishmael Ado to Ateje. He gets the corner from the boot of Maxwell Mensah.
That was what is going to happen. A lot more energy on the flanks. Ateje needs to come to the party. He's been so quiet throughout the game.
It's interesting why he's gone quiet. Corner taken away by Alex Boache. Fauzi Ali for Hearts of Lions. Gives the ball away, it's cleared away by Anochi Beidou.
A bit of indecision there by the centre-back, forcing him to find it difficult to sort out his feet.
2 balls on the pitch. Hearts of Lions wanted to quickly send it into attack. .65, Lions still trailing Eduana by 1-0 here at the Den in Pando, a venue where they are yet to test defeat this season in the Premier League.
It will be a remarkable achievement by the Oja boys in their quest to reclaim the GPL title.
The foul against Seed of Asante.
That was too much strength there from Seed of Asante. Eventually budgeting to Henson and Pontin to commit a foul right in front of the assistant referee. And it was always going to whistle for that as a foul.
Anochi Beidou has been nominated for the Player of the Month of November in the Ghana Premier League. Puts up a decent outing for them during the month in review. But he's got the likes of Prince Chenibua and Samba O'Neill to contend with for that accolade.
They're quite decent with his experience. He's a journeyman.
An absolute journeyman. Maxwell Atta. He hands possession to Enim. Here comes the Lions left back. Enim swings in a cross away by Alex Boache. Raymond Ajiman gets it down to Seydou Sana. Sana, good pass to Mizaki Free, but the flag is up for offside against the free.
That was a very intelligent pass in there, but Meshach was too quick. And you can see Sana a bit unhappy with that run from Meshach Free, but the coach, Chobari Sekadiu, Meshach was offside and should have been a bit of a delay in that pass made by Sana.
If the results stay this way, Eduana go top of the Premier League with 27 points before Mediama step up in their game, which has been postponed until the 31st of December against Gold Stars. So they might be enjoying the top spot if it ends this way.
And that will be good riddance for them, knowing that they've traveled to make a point. And they've been quite making some giant strides on the road this season, claiming points from very difficult grounds. They are clearly showing signs of a team that has the capability of winning the Ghana Premier League.
Alex Boache clears the ball away. Eduana won by 2-0 against Hull United, so in their second visit to the Volta region, they've scored a goal. The last time they visited, they scored twice. And there's trouble for the Eduana captain, Alex Boache. Sido Asante is trying to help, but Boache is not interested.
Clearly, as the captain of the team, will try to while away some time. Wait for the medics to quickly walk to him and make that decision.
Eduana have won against 11 Wonders. That goal was scored by Charles Jemfi Kamara. Then they won against Hohoi with goals from Emmanuel Mafo. And then Mizaki Friye. They're on the road to winning their third game away from home this season. Here is Fauzi Ali. Sends in a cross, And that header from Ismail Ado, not troubling Eduana.
That was a very good defensive work there.
Kuma, this first start of the season, and he makes way for Faisal. Chawe Ateje also makes way for Dennis Houtor. Coach Bash is throwing everything he's got as we enter into the last 20 minutes of this showdown in Pando.
He clearly needs a goal. He clearly needs to respond. There's no time to bring any more defensive players. He needs to throw in that attack.
Big blow for Eduana. Captain Alex Boache is limping off injured. They will need more defensive reinforcement. Anochi Bedu's header. Kwanzaa comes forward. Houtor. Hennessy gives the ball away, but he does well to redeem himself. Ruben Hennessy barely make mistakes. Swings one in the box, headed down by Arthur. Now Ado. Hennessy. Too much for Danso.
It was quite surprising. He wanted to make that pass.
Eduana goalkeeper, Prince Osei, has gone down. Anochi Bedu is trying to check out what's up with him on his thigh. Referee points to the time, indicating that the more you waste the time, the more I'm going to play more minutes afterwards.
And Kofi, clearly see there was nothing that happened. Absolutely nothing. Well, he could be making a very, very valid point there.
Sidibe and Asante will come in for Eduana as the goal scorer, Patrick Mensah, makes his way out alongside the injured captain, Alex Boache. So Kofi Asante and Dauda Sidibe will come in. Kofi will slot into defense and cover up for Alex Boache. Maxwell Arthur can also play in that central defensive role. We see how Trevor Aristika is going to tweak tactics and change personnel on the field.
It's going to be quite interesting to see how things will pan out. A bit of a frustrating afternoon, losing the captain. Heart of Lions have to quickly get back into the game. They have a few minutes to quickly make that recovery and get the equalizer. If they want to win, they need to do it the hard way.
Eduana have their reserve goalkeeper warming up in anticipation of replacing Prince Osei, Mohamed Abbas.
Prince Osei is going to continue the game.
The look on the face of this Heart of Lions fan.
Stephen Boche is very much unhappy, but Eduana don't care.
I can feel for him though.
It's merrymaking for the Eduana fans who have made a very long trip.
If they win, it's going to be a smooth ride back home to Domain Crow. Here is Yao Danso. Good reaction from Prince Osei.
He's been quite intelligent. He knows when to come out for the ball. He reads the game beautifully and picks it up in his zone. That's his territory. He cannot fluff.
Adam Sabubakar to take. He swings one in. Flick by Sidibe. Hennessy clears the danger. Men's Ata to Sana.
That was poor decision making there from Sidibe.
We've got a quarter of an hour mark to go with Hearts of Lions still trailing. Eduana with Anochi Bedu cleverly heading the ball back to his goalkeeper, Prince Osei.
Intelligence and experience at play. Anochi Bedu now would have to do the work of Alex watching that defense.
Konsa. Sidibe wins possession. Here is Abubakar. The flag must definitely be going up, but no. Clever decision from Mizaki Frie to have wind himself away from the offside trap. And eventually, Kofi Asante going to cause the foul.
Very good gather there from Fauzi Ali. He knew exactly what Kofi Asante wanted, got into his path. There's going to be a bit of pain.
The disappointed faces of the Hearts of Lions players who just went off: Kuma, Efson, Freeman, Ateje, and their faces sums up their day today.
Hasn't really been a very good day. They had their dominance in the first half. They failed to take advantage of it, and this second half has been quite unimpressive for them.
Dr. Lamte's delivery. Raymond Ajiman's header. Anochi Bedu Kles. Kwansa. Referee whistles advantage Eduana.
Samuel Kwanza giving the ball away, needless. Barge into his man there. The referee was very much aware. He knew the decision that he was already going to make after playing out the advantage.
Ajiman's delivery. Now Mizaki Frie sends a cross straight to Odate Lamte. Alabani, Huto, Danso, Fauzi Ali. Time is not on their side out of Lions, but a build-up not too purposeful. Abubakar gets the ball away, but it's Danso who brings it down for Hennessy. Chance for Lions. Seed over Santos header just over the post. Good leap, but the connection not too precise.
That was quite a sweet, rightful delivery there. Look at the dang of a pass, picked up coolly by Faisal. That delivery, Seed over Santos should be hitting the target.
Asante. Out of Lions, knocking hard on the doors of Eduana. This time was Alabani, whose effort just went wide.
It wasn't quite a cross that had enough pace on it. Alabani was trying to work a lot more, get it to the far post of the goalkeeper, but it was always moving away.
Abubakar shepherds the ball out, but Hearts of Lions want the game to be flowing at this point as they chase that equalizer, which seems to be a long way from coming. Chance for Hearts of Lions. Again, Eduana left off the hook.
That was quite a good pass. Yeah, so picking up Cedar Basante was trying to quickly whip the ball through, but very good cover there.
Abubakar Adam very much aware of his surroundings and ensuring that he got that one away from reaching any Hearts of Lions attacker. Kwanzaa makes way for Owusu. Anthony Owusu takes the place of Boama Kwanzaa, and it's Bismarck and him to take the corner for Hearts of Lions. Enimo coming with an in-swinger from the right side with his left foot. Lions have as many as 8 players in that box. Cross comes in and nobody's arriving to connect. Alabani to Huto. Swings in across. Chance for Lions. Well defended by Abubakar Adams again. Hennessy to Ado. Alabani. Henson and Ponsan gets it out. Returned by Asante now. Eduana can finally have a breather as Seydou Sana goes down from the challenge of Huto.
Clearly badgering into his man. Sana was always going to get first to the ball. Huto a bit disappointed. But that leap from Sana was beautiful. Look at that. It's all fun for them.
Party time. Although 8 more minutes to go, these traveling fans from Ahinkro would not mind. That journey alone is a big deal, and for them to grab maximum points will mean they've got every right to party deep in the night. Fauzi Ali's clearance. Maxo Ata. Henson and Ponsan. Pushed down by Huto. But they won't go the advantage of Eduana. It's Hearts of Lions who's got the advantage.
Clearly Henson and Ponsan making sure that he was away some time. Caused a lot of trouble.
Raymond Ajiman has slotted in to do the mopping up duties after the exit of Alex Boache, with Maxwell Arthur occasionally dropping to make it a 3-man central defensive unit. Was it a handball against Maxwell Arthur, who took the levers? Cleared by Anochi Bedu. Fauzi Ali. Choe Faisal goes down. Yellow card to Kofi Asante. Free kick to Hearts of Lions.
And it's been decent work from Lions in the last couple of minutes, trying to get the very best.
So we have a good look at that handball incident. It really struck the arm of Maxwell Arthur. And referee saw it. He was right there.
He was right there, maybe based on proximity. But that was clearly a handball inside the penalty area.
And him to take the free kick for Hearts of Lions with 5 more minutes to go. Hearts of Lions trailing Eduana 1-0 here in Pando. And Hearts of Lions are probing for that equalizer. Here is Enim. Enim swings one in and Osei grabs firmly. loses the ball, but Hearts of Lions doesn't make it count. Corner for Lions.
That's quite interesting how Osei dropped that ball. He collided with his own player to let it loose. Lions failing to capitalize on that.
Lucky he doesn't get punished. Now Lions with another corner. This time taken to the far post. Fauzi Ali arrives and his header goes over the top for a goal kick.
That was quite a very decent leap, very good leap there. But unfortunately, it was going way off target. Maxwell Arthur doing enough to prevent Ali from having very good connection to that ball.
The clock is fast ticking, and Hearts of Lions don't have enough time on their hands. Still trailing the home side in search of the equalizer. Goalkeeper Osei goes down again, and this time he's asking for urgent attention.
That was quite interesting. Osei seems to be in some pain there. Alabani there. And Osei goes down easily once again.
So the interpretation to that handball incident involving Maxwell Arthur is that the hand was not totally outstretched, but it was rather on the player's body. And in that regard, it's fair for Gideon Nikofi to overlook what was being claimed as a penalty by the home fans.
Well, clearly, he wasn't too far away from the body, and, you know, proximity wouldn't also allow you to give that as a penalty. It was too close to him. I think Gideon has had quite decent calls in the last couple of games.
Daniel Nieje, the assistant coach who was once coached by his head coach at Asante Kotoko, knows too well that they can't afford to slip at home again. Having gone 3 games without a win, they were hoping to bring back the smiles on the faces of these home fans, but the Oja boys had other ideas.
Clearly,
ain't this beautiful? The Hearts of Lions fan decides to have a cool dance with the Eduana fan. Forget about the scoreline.
this is football.
But he will not be happy about that.
Clearly, he's not happy. Especially with what his side is going through. It's quite interesting. If anyone would have believed Heart of Lions would have gone 4 games in the Ghana Premier League without a win, nobody would have believed that. But that is the situation currently.
'88 minutes, 2 more minutes of the 90 minutes remaining. Bando Hearts of Lions trailing Eduana by a lone goal, scored by Patrick Mensah just after the break. Here comes Alabani. He's up against Boatsen, brings it back to Hutto. Hutto goes down from the tackle of Kofi Asante. Kofi Asante is already on a yellow card. After coming off the bench, he needs to be mindful, conceding these fouls and going on to concede a goal, I'm sure will be suicidal for him.
Those are rash challenges there from Kofi Asante. He needs to keep a cool head, as inspired by the referee a couple of times. And I think he cannot continuously be giving away free kicks in very dangerous situations. Eduana themselves wouldn't be happy to lose this lead.
Last season, Hearts of Lions beat Eduana by 2-1 at this venue, but here they are with regulation time over. They are trailing. Free kick taken. Good save by Osei. Here is Hutto. Chawe. Maxwell Arthur wants space to clear it away, and he does get the space. And Eduana are pushing for a second, but the flag is up. Decision against Mizaki free, and we're doing 7 additional minutes.
That was clearly quite unfortunate for Metaka free, but lucky from Ismailado. Nearly giving that ball away in decision. Enough minutes for Heart of Lions to get back into the game, but as to whether Eduana are going to let it easy.
Here is Sidibe. Swings in across. Nobody's there for Eduana. Henson and Ponsa was late for it. Ishmael Ado gets it away. Sidibe. Yeah, done so. This Makenim has taken the arms band after the exit of Kwanzaa, but that's put up against Seed of Asante. Too hard on Anoche Bedu.
That was a high foot there. He went in with a stamp. Anoche Bedu was first to get to the ball. He read the situation well, and he came off worse from that challenge. Good call by Gideon Nikofi. It looks like they've been very decent. They've passed all the checks for how resolute they had to be in defense to repel all the dangerous attack and midfield play from Heart of Lions.
Heart of Lions would have to be thinking about where they'll be picking up their next point. They travel to Samraboy to take on Samatex in a crucial match day 15 fixture at the St. Chase Sports Arena. And I tell you what, it's going to be explosive in Doma as Eduana hosts Accra Hearts of Oak at the Nanaji Mambidu the first pack.
Well, interesting fixtures coming up is the reason why Eduana will be very much happy with all 3 points from the den. But for Heart of Lions, going to Summer Boy, the St. Chase Sports Arena is also another difficult ground.
I'll say again, with a good catch that leaves the home fans still thinking, when is the equalizer going to come and from where will it come from? Surprising, Heart of Lions took 4 points out of the possible 6 from Eduana last season, but here they are, giving them so much to worry about. The cross comes in, Alabani has sit down, and ball is cleared away again by Raymond Ajiman. Heart of Lions appeal for a foul, referee not interested. Ismail Ado. Bismakenim desperately trying to keep the ball in, and Boatin unable to hang on for Eduana. Is a throw into Heart of Lions.
And look at that delivery. Huto there, getting by his man. Very good delivery. And it was Alabani bringing it back. Clearly not a handball. Adumako evaded that touch.
It was obvious what he was trying to do. He knew the ball was going to come off his arms, and then he just quickly had to get it away. Now here they go in search of the second. A free A. Henson and Ponsa. Sidibe is in the middle. And Ponsa hangs on. And Ponsa goes for goal. And he nearly found the back of the net for the second time for Eduana. But good save from Udate Lamte. Corner to Eduana.
That was quite a very brilliant piece of counter-attacking play there. And Ponta knew that space was very tight after his over-elaboration. Wanted to go himself. But very swift and smart goalkeeping there from Wadate Lamte. Going down quickly to parry that ball for a corner kick.
Corner to Eduana, the team in the lead here in Pando. The last time Heart of Lions won a game here, they beat Young Apostles by 2-0. On match day 10, and after match day 10, Heart of Lions have not won a game. Here is a free A. Boateng loses out to Hennessy, who gets the ball in for Heart of Lions, returned by Anoche Bedu. Flicked on by Ata. Continued by Sana and Bismakenim. That's what to keep his calmness and composure.
Very decent player, not in a rush to make decisions.
Ismail Ado for Hearts of Lions. Faisal Chowe down the right side in search of the equalizer. Here comes Sido Asante. Shows too much of the ball to Boateng. Oh, that effort from Yao Danso flies over the bar and goes out for a goal kick.
The intent was clear. Wanted to go for the top right corner. Execution was terrible. One, he wouldn't be lucky of being happy with. Definitely been a difficult evening for them.
We're into the final seconds of this top line of the Ghana Premier League at the dining Pando, where the firepower from the Oja boys seem to have kept the Lions quiet and unable to roar here in Pando. Here they go in search of the equalizer, Alabani. Up against, remember, Domako Boateng. That's what to hang on. Good play from Alabani. Here is Hoto. Now Enim. Ousa's ball in. No foul. Goal kick.
That was quite a decent delivery. It was quite questioning why. And so, Light failed to try getting onto the end of that delivery. Anthony Ousu.
That should be it. The final whistle has been blown by Gideon Nikofi to bring the game to an end here at the dining Pando. Eduana FC have defied the odds and returned to winning ways after going 2 games without a win. Having drawn last weekend at home to Basekioli Stars, they needed this win to reignite their ambitions of winning the Ghana Premier League. A man of the match performance by the evergreen Stephen Anochi Bedu, a nominee for GPL Player of the Month of November. An absolute display of leadership and confidence at the back, and something that these traveling fans will enjoy deep into the night and even on that trip to Domahin Crow. Eduana go top of the Ghana Premier League, at least for now, with 27 points from 14 games, and Hearts of Lions will remain third after 14 games, still on 23 points. It's over in Pando. It's Hearts of Lions 0, Eduana FC 1.
Eduana to the top of the Ghana Premier League table. My name is Mutale Yakubu. You're still watching TV3. We have been joined by the head coach of Eduana, Chioba Aresika. Coach, congratulations to you. You said prior to the start of the game that you were coming purposely for the 3 points. How does that feel, getting all the 3 points?
Yes, I see the confidence from the player, and I talk from the player. If you respect our tactic, it's possible win the game or draw from Heart of Lions. About Heart of Lions, is special team here in the Ghana, play another football, and if you don't understand Heart of Lions, no have any chance to win the game. But us analyze the Heart of Lions is stopping what is the better from the attacking line, from the winger, and the player respect the plan. Congratulations from the player about his trust me from our plan, and he's go and win the game.
Of course. Now coming into the game, your last game you had drawn, now you have a win. How important will this win be for you throughout the rest of the season?
You need to understand, if you see the Aduana star is working in the inside in the pitch, the team, the group, is working together, understand now everybody what need inside in the pitch, and this is the power from our team. And if respect what is talking, respect what is the training important, respect what you are in the training, put inside in the game, it possible have the very good result. I am happy about this game is more tactic, and our group, our Aduana star win the game.
Of course, and it's a big win for you. Coach, we will leave you to go enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you.
Chioba Aresika is the head coach of Eduana. Good win for them, and they are currently on top of the Ghana Premier League table. Coming into the game, they were actually second. Heart of Lions were third, but with this massive 1-0 win, goal scored by Patrick Mensah, it is a massive, massive win for them. I'll be joined shortly by the head coach of Heart of Lions, Bashir Hayford, and I'll be asking him what really happened with this one. It wasn't the pleasant result for Heart of Lions, not what they were actually looking for, because prior to the game they had gone 3 games without a win. Now it's 4 games without a win. First of all, Coach, commiseration to you. You dominated the game entirely, but failed to put the ball at the back of the net. What was really the problem in today's game?
The problem is sometimes that is how football is. If your attackers fail to put the ball into the net, the opponent put one there, you are in trouble. We did everything, and I will give credit to the defenders of Eduana Stars. In fact, they defended so well, gallantly, and I'm not surprised that maybe they are at where they are now. So congratulations to them. Now, and I think we'll fight next time.
In recent times, I've not seen you furious on the touchline like this. When you considered the goal, I saw you furious and you were dishing out some instructions to the defense. What actually were you telling them?
Because what I told them at the training ground, what we rehearsed, were all not coming. So I asked them whether something has gone wrong. Is it anything different from what we do at training and what we expect them to do? That's why I was furious, because it is not once, twice, twice, especially my center backs. The way they joke, but the goals we have been conceding, if you make this thing, and we don't concede good goals.
Would you admit that you missed your 3 best players this season, Aban Lawrence and H.A. Dog?
Oh, yes, honestly. But I told you we'll miss them. But at the same time, you replace them. When you replace them, it might not be that, like those you've missed. But that is football.
Okay. I wish you all the best in your next game. Coach Bashir Hayford is the head coach of Heart of Lions there. They have lost to Eduana by a goal to nil. Now, the most valuable player in today's game, the good old Anochi Bedu, or Kwano Asava. Anochi, how important is this win for Ayemu Eduana and Demonye?
Draw any home chrono by Namia Admam yet marry Nedia, energy semper.
Of course, now more Obahanona more GD same way to marry any game because some last game will lose. And the Lions so a very difficult grounds.
I knew GDM because MC home last week in a board draw hunty. Your quality mistakes a Hunkasa Chile ha ye banadi, ye have 5 points in Eddie Ashim. Namia don't sweat my concodea points in Etima Eddie and Tia Nijepa.
Now, one casano individually, or performance, na sense, the eternity, any man not to be do from Tete. Say, I know Bobo, a dear and our ya, and no more unique.
My secret in training. me training na brand bring na me mfani agro. Nti na ma performance.
I not wish you the best. Anochi Bedu is the centre back for Eduana, and today he's been voted the most valuable player in today's game. I've been joined back by Kevin also. And I pray that we got goals in the second half. We got one, but it went to Eduana. Do you think they are deserved winners?
Well, I think they came back stronger into the second half with an approach. They wanted to stop the flow of play for Heart of Lions. And once they did, they made that switch. Patrick Mensah going to the left and then bringing Meshach Efree in central, Henson to the right. And they knew exactly what they wanted to do. Once the press triggered them, they got an opportunity and it ended up in a goal for them. I think that Aristica came back with a more tactically balanced approach than what Heart of Lions offered.
Well done and dusted here at the Pando Sports Stadium. Heart of Lions losing by a goal to nil to Eduana. So Eduana are clearly now on top of the Ghana Premier League table. Tomorrow we'll be at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Heart of Folk will be back and they will be back in action. This time they are taking on Nations FC at 4 p.m. It will be live on TV3 and on Onya TV as well. My name is Mutalaya Akubu. From us here at the Pando Sports Stadium, we say have a good evening and let's meet tomorrow for Heart of Folk and Nations FC. Bye for now.
I want to watch them out.